Happy Monday, everybody. I always wake up with so much energy on Monday, just ready to crush the week, and also just really excited to check back in with all of you. Is one of my favorite things to do, is jump on here on YouTube and just have a conversation with you guys. So welcome to the show here in the Hive with my lead analyst, Rob, who is so talented. And we're keeping you updated on everything you need to know about the markets, the fundamentals, but also the charts, because at the end of the day, price action is key and the charts don't lie. We tell you the facts that are in the charts and we give it to you like it is so that you get the best information you possibly can in order to understand how to react to this market a little bit better, right? So we're teaching people how to trade in this group. So these lives are all about trading, but also just being able to zoom out and look at the macro scale and not get too caught up by all the noise and all the things that are happening in the current moment, right? Because long term, we all know where we're headed in this beautiful industry. We are trailblazers. We are the brave ones out there fighting in the trenches every single day, and it's the uncertainty amidst this uncertainty. And so, yeah, I commend you all for just being here and showing up and trying to learn and trying to be better. It's truly amazing. And I am so confident that we can crush it. We are crushing it. But for those of you who want to leave your 9-to-5 job, make some extra money on the side, be able to invest all of your goals, you will smash them. I mean, first off, you've got to manifest those goals, right? And I don't mean in the cliche sense of, I just mean you've got to be able to believe that you can get there, and you got to believe that you can do it. That's the number one first step. And then the next step is to put in the work, because you don't get there without putting that out into the universe and, learning those skills. So here in the Hive, we want to teach each and every single one of you, because it is possible. It is possible. And it's just an amazing journey. So shout out to Jeannie, the real one, always here in the Hive. What's up? Making a honey. Crick Grab, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Welcome, El Gamid. We're going to have a great show today. It's going to be brief because we are coming to you with a very special chart on Wednesday. So today we'll be streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? So be sure to tune into those days, because we have some real pre-programmed amazing content. So on Wednesday, we're going to drop an altcoin chart that nobody else is talking about that is absolutely insane. And you'll get it first in the group tomorrow. So be sure that you're signed up to the group. The link is in the description below. It's our verification group, right? So I want to send you first so that you understand how to sign up with the bot. It's pretty simple, but you just write us there in that chat if you have any trouble. It is still free, which is amazing because you get to take advantage of all the information. We've got beginners trading courses, a 50-page PDF guide, and mentors to help you through whatever you may need help with, right? So the link's in the description below to the Telegram VIP Hive trading group. You get in there and you'll start with a bot, the BYDFI bot. You'll sign up to BYDFI with your Gmail, no need to KYC. And then you make any deposit, $5, $10, transfer that to your futures account, and then you will get a $100 deposit for free. I mean, it's amazing. So we're having a lot of fun in the Hive, guys. We've been crushing it. We've been flipping short, flipping long, whatever the market gives us. Rob is keeping us updated in real time, and we are a real team. We've also got people in the group that are helping with the call outs. It's just great. Really talented traders in there, and people of all levels, beginners, advanced, intermediate, all helping each other. So it's wonderful to see. Now, on that note, where do we stand? It's been a little bit, shall I say, boring with Bitcoin today. But, boring for me is okay, because we get time to plan, we get time to study, we get time to map out our thesis, which you all know I love a good thesis here on the show. And we get to think about what's happening. Hence how we mapped out, well, Rob has a very amazing altcoin chart that we got to, orchestrate during this time. So what is happening? You may ask. It feels like light years since I've seen you, even though it's just the weekend. And by the way, happy holiday. I know it's President's Day in the US if you're in the US. I hope you're doing something fun or tuning in here, which is what you should be doing if you have the time, or else you just watch later. So we got a lot of interesting updates, and I have some fun charts to show you, right? So first things first, the video is still on. I do this quite often. One of the things I'm having trouble with right now, and Rob as well, we discussed this, is the sentiment in the market right now does not feel like extreme fear. So we've been getting extreme fear reads. I mean, we got a 5 the other day. I mean, this is like historic low. And yet, for me, it doesn't feel like there's extreme fear out there, at least not on my timeline, at least not among the people I'm talking to. So, so this is from Crypto Banter, which is interesting. Every major Bitcoin bottom history has been accompanied by strong recovering hash rate, minor capitulation ending, retail panic selling. We have all three right now. This is not the end. This is the setup. So he may be right, but I don't know that this is right now, if I could put it that way. History at least has told us, and what we've looked at with Rob in various charts and information, that, typically it takes a little bit longer to play out in bear markets, and we've even gone over dates such as November, December, January of next year starting the next bull run, right? So it just feels like there's a little bit too much optimism right now. So that's just my sentiment. So sometimes what happens is Bitcoin will surprise everybody and take it by storm when that happens. So just keep that in mind. Although I do believe he's not wrong that, there are a lot of strong signals to tell us that, maybe we're close to the bottom price wise, maybe just not time wise. Another thing that came out from Vivek. Okay, so a good source. Last time when Bitcoin hit this support, it went up by 670%. Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. So this is the total supply and profit, right? So these are the different things that people are mapping out to sort of like get an idea, get some confluence as to where we're headed and whether or not we're near a bottom or, bottoming out. So we'll go over that with Rob today. Today is going to be mainly Bitcoin analysis focus because we're going to come to you with that altcoin chart on Wednesday, right? So don't miss that show and get in the group so you get it first. So that being said, there's just one other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and that is that Ray Dalio came out, okay? He's the GOAT, the legend of all legends in investing, right? We can't ignore him. He might not be as modern and as, up to date or progressive as a lot of us would like to be. I mean, he's not a super crypto fan, right? To put it that way, but he does know a lot about the economy. And he said, it's official, the world order has broken down. So he did this whole big letter about how the world order is changing, right? And I think that's really interesting because it does shed some light on sort of like the volatility that we're going through now. So one take on that from Ted was, when Ray Dalio speaks, you listen. He warns that the post-World War II global order is breaking down. The system built on cooperation, stable money, and U.S. leadership is giving way to rising power competition and high debt, political division, and weak productivity suggests we are late in a historic transition between world orders. For stocks, this likely means higher volatility, lower valuations, and sharper swings as geopolitical risk rises. For crypto, weakening trust in traditional money could drive long-term interest, but short-term stress may still trigger severe price swings. I do agree with this last part of it, right? Like long-term, this is a perfect ad for crypto. The old ways are completely crumbling apart. And we know that, you can't, the monetary system as it is, it doesn't work. Right. So there's got to be a better solution. And we know that's coming. Obviously, in his suggestions, in his write-up, he suggests things like gold. Right. The shift could have broad impacts on markets, currencies, and capital flows, and may even include non-economic forms of conflict before anything more severe emerges. So investors should prepare for instability, which is what investors hate the most. So that could cause a little bit of turmoil. And so saying that Dalio frequently suggests reducing exposure to debt and increasing holdings in hard assets like gold or Bitcoin, the better form of gold, in my opinion, during periods when trust in fiat currencies erode, right? So economic, monetary, and geopolitical tensions are rising, driven by high debt, trade conflicts, and shifts in power between major nations. So basically, to sum it all up, we are, in the eye of the storm. And we're getting through that storm. And hopefully at the end of this, it's going to be a better world, a more improved world, a world that we all prefer to live in, right? And we're going to have a new world order. And that's not like a bed of roses and just a smooth process without any hurdles. So we're in the midst of that, in the eye of the storm. And so it might be a little bit of a turbulent year. But at the other side, at the other end of this, is what we're fighting for, right? So I just wanted to leave you with that as we zoom in to the 4-hour Bitcoin chart with Rob and we see what's happening with Bitcoin. Rob, a lot of heavy talk today. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just thinking about what Dalio said about money transferring or money or there's hard times going there, being gold, silvers, and stuff like that. And I was just thinking about some of the stock traders that I used to watch and stuff like that. And there was one that I particularly watched, and one of the things that he said I really liked was always be close to the door. Be ready to exit whatever you're in at that time and just move into the next thing, because big money's always moving. It's just what is it moving into next? And there's always something going up, always something going down. Always be close to the exit. Never sit there and hang on too long. So I like the idea of being. I don't like holding anything. I like being close to my exit, so I can pivot very quickly to whatever's going next.
Right. So don't get comfortable. Don't get too comfortable is what he's saying, right? Like be ready to pivot, be ready to, just ride the wave with the whales, right? You don't want to trade against them. You want to go where the money is going, where the money is flowing.
Yep. Go where the money's flowing. Best way to do that also too is to join the group, keep up with the news articles that we're keeping in there, and also sharpen your skills and learn some of the skills to do that as well too. Because how you know where the money's moving, the charts are going to tell you. We always have news updates going on as well too in the group, so make sure you get in there. So always different things on that.
All the news, like very, very quickly, guys, and also some alpha and some token unlocks and all the things you need to know, whether you're an investor or a trader. And if you are an investor, then you should learn how to trade. And just like me, I'm a long-term investor, but I also, learned how to trade here and with Rob, and have been improving my skills as we go. And guys, it is the most amazing skill, because it'll also help you be a better investor, because you understand cycles, because money is cyclical, right? Like, we talked about Bitcoin being a 4-year cycle, but it's not native to Bitcoin. It's also the stock market. It's the world in general, the 4-year cycles, right? Of liquidity, and of how, it was born off the back of a recession, right? So we discussed how that was very well timed, potentially, by Satoshi Nakamoto. And there's a lot to it here. So you learn really how money flows and where it goes, and how to make those pivots in the group as well.
Yep. And yeah, so it's just always the more knowledge you have, the better, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And then you'll be better equipped to trade, to invest, to think bigger, right? To make moves, to play chess. Because if you're going to win in this game called trading, you got to have the edge. You got to be a better trader. You have to be able to think 2 steps ahead. And so that's what you learn in the group. And you do get the most premium setups. And, if you're having trouble charting out your own, you can always pop some charts in the beginners chats, but also just take the setups that Rob posts that are primed, right? That's one of the perks of being in the group, is that Rob is constantly scanning the market for the prime setup. So that's part of it too. And we are developing a whole new module, which we'll tell you about very, very soon. And yeah, we got lots in store. So you must join the group. The link is down there in the description. No excuses. Get in before you have to pay. It's still free, but it will become a paid group very, very soon.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the charts now. We'll jump into the Bitcoin 4-hour. Are we going to go over some of the wins that we went over?
Yes, you cannot. I mean, like, literally in this boring day, so many wins, guys, just crushing it over and over and over. And this is what you can do, because you can also scalp, meaning very short time in the market, in and out, and make gains as well, right, during these times.
Yeah, so there's definitely a couple of wins we had in there. Slow day there, but we got some shorts in today. We closed up longs over the weekend. We absolutely killed it as well too. I just want to go through some of the wins here. We had some, I'm trying to find them here. We had Fight. We had a nice, good trade on it. Actually, that was one night we nailed. I posted it, and it played out while I was sleeping. We got some good gangs on.
That's
Fight.
right.
CLO, we had some good scalps on. We're using a little bit of higher leverage, getting it. H bar was along. We posted. We got the near local lows on it, and we all got on that as well too. I believe everybody got it on H bar trade. Let's see here.
Yeah, we rode that H bar wave, guys. Like, that was a fun long, and we got in, at the beginning of the run. And that's what you do. Like, we're teaching you how to get in beforehand, before all the people are calling it out on X, and before everybody's talking about it, and before it's too late.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we had TRB. We had it in the group as well too. We had TP. A lot of them were just TP ones or so. We also had the Mon Long that we got 327%. We got the local lows on it, and we opened up short on it last night, and we're shorting now. We had that was just one while I was sleeping here. So all these different longs, just all throughout the weekend, we just were getting. It was a good pop and drop weekend that we had. XPL long, just a lot of different. I think we nailed some of them more than one time. CLO, we nailed that one twice, same entry. So sometimes what will happen, and you get some choppy markets, you'll get the entry, you'll hit some take profits, you'll close trade, and it comes back down the entry. You get to do the same thing all over again. You get the compound gains, trading the same stuff over and over again. We had a little scalp on Cool AI as well too in the group. Another H bar win from the group. I think this is your H bar win right here. So it's just a lot. Like, I mean, H bar was one of the most easiest plays that everybody got in on. So
right. Yeah.
Plays are harder. Some plays are easier, and that was just one of those ones that everybody just kind of got in. I'm actually going through here. Deep. We had deep as well too. A good deep trade. I forgot about that one that we traded over the weekend.
This is all weekend stuff, guys. Like, this is just like from when we left you on Friday. That's why I say feels like light years. We can't tune in every day, every second of the day on YouTube, but we do keep the group updated 24/7, right? So yeah, we had a party back there in the group this weekend.
Yeah, so it was a very good weekend. Very, very bold. It was all basically longs. We had everything's kind of basically hit local bottoms. We got some imbalances in there. We got some bounce plays, some that type of stuff, and it just worked out really good. So I was very
Right.
happy with the weekend and all the gains that we had throughout the weekend. But let's go ahead and jump over into the Bitcoin charts.
Right.
So
And I just want to shout out Jeannie beforehand. She says she's never leaving. You know what that sounds like? Sounds like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm never, effing leaving. I'm effing leaving. Like, that's it. Like, once you're in a hive, you don't leave the hive because then you're part of the hive, right? Like, it's cool. And yeah, you missed out a little bit, Jeannie, but you always just jump right back in. It's no worries. I hope your baby party went very, very well. But yeah, it's like sort of like when you're so into it and you've got to do other stuff, like real life stuff, and be out and about, you kind of miss this, right? It's like, wait, where's my trading family at? Like, you need to be in touch with it at all times. It's sort of like a community vibe. So I get it. But we're back. So
yeah,
let's have a look at what's happening with Bitcoin, because everybody's wondering, it's just moving sideways. It's sort of teasing that it's going to dump and then it doesn't dump. And everybody's like, what is happening to Bitcoin? So we've got a little cheat sheet here, or, blueprint for what could happen next. So this is what we're going to leave you with today.
yeah. So Bitcoin, we're looking at the 4-hour chart. Oh, this is the 2-hour chart. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So we're looking at the 4-hour chart right now, and this is printing just a basic bearish pendant pattern. So this has a higher probability of breaking to the downside and going down beneath. So personally, I think that'll be a very good for the market, but there is also a potential chance it breaks up. And how we're going to use that and what we're going to do in order to know if it's going to break up or down, what we're going to use to kind of help us with that. When you're in the middle of a pattern, you don't really want to trade it. You want to either trade when it breaks down or breaks up. Whenever you get out of the pattern, whenever you lose, you want to open a trade. Now, right now, we broke underneath the 4-hour SMA 50. You can see that's kind of been acting like a good support and resistance. And once we broke underneath it, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and our fifth candle did a liquidity grab, and then it stayed down underneath as well too, with a bearish engulfing candle. And now we're coming back up, and the SMA 9 went down through as well too. We're bearishly retesting the 9 as well too, showing us that we have a higher probability of moving to the downside in this right here and breaking down. Now, a lot of times what you can do for a measured move on this one here is you can take a measured move. You either take it two ways. One, you want to go from this area right here down the open close right here, and you're going to put approximately where you believe it's going to break down out. So it's not going to break down right here because we're already at this level. So now we're going to move to the right just a little bit, and say we break down right about in this area. We go sideways a little bit, and then it breaks down, right? And you can kind of see where that measure move would actually hit this bottom trend line, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. We already went over once. We went over this in group, and we also went over this in live. This bottom yellow trend line that we're connecting with right here, $58,000 is a very big deal to me. That's why I'm like, oh, that's why I'm using this measure move. Because the other way to do a measure move on this is you're going to go. I can't find it right now. I need to. You'll go into bars pattern, and you could use this right here as your flagpole. And you take the whole flagpole right there, and that's also you can also use that as a measure move, and that would put you at $48,000. Now, why am I not using what's making me use the not the bigger measure move, but the smaller measure move? That's probably a question that I think anybody should ask me if they're sitting there watching me. Which one are you going to use, and why am I going to use it more or less? And I'm not using this one as of right now. I'm using this one more. Well, right here, you see this yellow line coming out of nowhere. I have a lot of yellow lines on my chart. I should change some colors maybe. Let's change this one to green, because I'm going to probably buy there. All right, so I'm going to change that one to buy there. That's a bigger trend line. So right here, this long yellow line right here, and that is the weekly SMA 200. And that's where I'm like, okay, this breaks down. The smaller measure move actually goes right to the weekly SMA 200. And that's right around $58,000. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom out to the 12-hour chart. I think we went over this pattern right here. And that's why this bottom, this moved on me a little bit somewhere, or we can actually use it right here if we want to. There's a touch right here. Or you can move it up this way a little bit, and then you can't go through any further. But it doesn't really matter. The idea is we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches on this trend line right here, and we're possibly coming down for another touch on this trend line with the weekly SMA 200. This is the 12-hour chart. And we went over this on another one here is the last time this low right here, the RSI went all the way down to 1283, and that hardly ever happens. That's a very, very extremely low on the RSI. So our next time we make a low, we're going to be looking for that bullish divergence. Now we are on our Stosh RSI. We've been waiting for this for a while now. We have our bearish cross, and now both lines are underneath 80. That's sitting there saying to confirm the bearish cross that we're going to have some bearish momentum coming in. So this RSI is going to once we get like The bearish momentum usually comes in after it gets underneath 50, but this is kind of our signal now that now we're underneath the 80. It's like, all right, now we better get ready, right? Get set up here. You might want to sit there and you can sit there and start thinking about taking some short trades on Bitcoin to get down to the lower level or something like that. And the reason you want to do it, why it's above it, is because one, right now, I looked at the funding rates. Funding rates are negative on Bitcoin, and that means that you're going to get eaten up in fees. If it stays sideways, then it means you're just paying fees, shorten it. You're just waiting for it to go down while you're paying fees. You kind of want to kind of time it a little bit better as well too, so you're not paying as much in fees on your trade. So right here is now it's like, all right, it's getting kind of time here. The best time, the safest time to enter it is going to be underneath this trend line. But again, if we do, you don't really want to change. You don't really want to trade in the middle of a pattern. But if you're using moving averages, if we come back and just keep getting rejected off the SMA 50, I wouldn't be scared to take an entry at the SMA 50 zone and put a stop loss rate above it just to sit there and front run it. But again, that makes it, it's a little bit, since that's like directly in the middle of this pattern, that makes it kind of dangerous, because if we go back above it, then you're going to be taking a loss on it, and we get rejected this trend line and come down. That means we go up a little bit more on our measured move, or we break out on top of it. And if we break out on top of it, which, hey, you never know. It's crypto. Anything can happen. It breaks out. People get a short squeeze. That's always a potential as well, too. And you just take this line right here and you move it upwards, and you see where that's going to take you out at. And you're looking at about $79,000 for that right there, which is right about at this resistance right over here. So both move, and this right here as well, too. So right there would make sense as well too if we broke up for that price movement as well too. So I think both measured moves are good, but right now with your flagpole over here on your left side going down, this is your flagpole. This is a bearish pendant, so the probability of it going down is higher than up right now.
Man, if that isn't a cheat sheet, I don't know what is. You're literally getting the blueprint of all blueprints here for either scenario, right? 68% chance it breaks down, more probable, but anything is possible in crypto. So you got to prepare for the upside as well. But even if we did break up to the upside, chances are very high that we'll come back down at some point, because we're still in a downtrend until proven otherwise. So guys, this is exactly what to look for, right? And he even laid out like not trading in the middle, but potentially front running, because you're in that position where if it keeps getting rejected, you might be able to take that trade. So this is like really great analysis, because it allows you to get in at any point that you're comfortable with it, but that you understand what's happening and what's coming, right? So that being said, let me know in the comments. So we got a lot of spammers coming in here. Roca Finance, okay. Let me know in the comments if you think we're going to 58K first or 80K first. I just want to know what your sentiment. I want a sentiment gauge here. Let me know what you think is coming first in the comments, but you have the blueprint now. So Rob, on that note, then, if we did come back and we made that lower leg, and maybe we made it down to 58,000, that could be also potential phenomenal place to buy, because if we don't go as low as we did before on the RSI, we might create some bullish divergence. Correct?
Yep. So yeah, that's what I'm basically looking at. That's kind of the play right now, is if we do get that next low and make a lower low on it, there's a high probability that we make a higher low on the RSI, which would be great bullish divergence. And that's not just a 12-hour time frame we make that. We're going to be looking at the 1-day time frame. We also, I looked at this in a bunch of different time frames. So 1 day, if we made a new low again, that'd be also a new low in the 1-day time frame. But there's a high probability. This was at 15. That's a very low area for that in the 1 day as well too. So 1 day, 12-hour bullish divergence, strong on it. And right now we can sit there and see we're kind of getting that bullish crossover as of right now on the Stosh RSI as well too, but we need to get underneath that 80 for that to come down here. So a lot of the mid time frames here, we're at the top of the Stosh RSI, and the RSI itself isn't over 40. So this is kind of like something you kind of have to remember as well too. When the RSI is beneath 50 and you're coming from the lows to the higher, you're in a bearish range. So when this starts rolling over, most likely the RSI is going to roll over too and not go any higher, because you're staying in a bearish range until you get some kind of major bullish divergence. And that's what we're going to be looking for on this next pullback, as long as we get this next pullback. So being very careful and cautious right now. We're in this pattern here. Again, still be mindful, always be ready for be wrong, for it to go the opposite way. And as long as you're prepared for that, you're going to be good. And like I said, zoom in the 4-hour chart, watch that 4-hour SMA 50. We close above it. All right, wait out, and you have to sit there and sometimes, like you said, be patient, be on the sidelines, and wait for those confirmations. Like I said, if we close, we have 3 hours till we close this 4-hour candle. We close underneath it. That's another bearish retest of this zone to where we probably go lower. But if we close above it, there's a high probability we're going to go back up to this trend line. Then we have to wait and see if we get rejected from it again with the bearish candlestick pattern.
All right, so now you know all the possibilities, and we do have one vote in the comments here for 40K from Renee Montenegro. Okay, well, that's entirely possible, but like what I think would happen then is maybe we come down, hit this 58K level. If it holds and creates that bullish divergence, we have our like bear market rally, and then we could come back down later on in the cycle. But yeah, so far, Renee, the 4-year cycle could still be intact until proven otherwise, right? So that's sort of what we're looking at, and why I was saying in the beginning of the show that people who are saying that, you know, oh, the bottom seems to be in, the bottom of all bottoms, I think that we're a little bit off time-wise there, that we've still got a ways to go based on history. Now, we can always diverge from that, but we can only go with what previous cycle data tells us, right? Now, not to be too discouraging, because there are a lot of opportunities to be had here in this bear market that we're witnessing, and we did give an approximate turnaround for potentially end of year, right? So in this time, what will you do? How will you do it differently? What skills will you learn? You've got to get in the group. I mean, it's just a no-brainer, guys. You've got to get in the group and learn, and like, you know, if you're going to make long-term investments too, like learn how to be better at that. Like also have a trading portfolio. You've got, like, now is the time, and you're being blessed with time, right? Like you don't always have time to learn. You get thrown into the fire oftentimes, and you can get burned in bull markets too, right? People don't take profits and round trip and stuff like that. So we're going to teach you how to navigate the market much, much better. And our masterclass is dropping at the end of the month, guys. We cannot be more excited for it. And then our group will become paid. So in the meantime, we're still allowing you to join for free because we want you to be able to take advantage of that. So Zach says, we just entered an enemy year for Bitcoin in the Chinese calendar. Please do elaborate, Zach, because I was under the impression that this was the year of the fire horse, which is like pretty powerful. And I interpret that to be bullish, but let us know what you guys know. I know it's Chinese New Year, so happy Chinese New Year for anyone who's celebrating out there. Yeah, a lot to take in. Just back to Ray Dalio's thing about how we're just in the middle of a changing of a world order. It is not going to be pretty. It is not going to be fast or clean, but it will be incredible once it's over. I truly believe that. And so we're just headed toward that. And in the meantime, we're going to make lots of gains, and we're going to crush it, and we're going to have a great community and a great time in the process. So yeah, Jeannie, you better be in it, ready for that masterclass. That's all you need to know. Then you got the basic skills to be able to trade, not even just crypto, but like principles that you can carry across other markets. So Zach says Bitcoin is an ox, which is an enemy of the horse. Okay. So what does that mean exactly? Are we going to have some conflict? Does that signal conflict? It could be. I mean, like Ray Dalio said, we might have some conflict this year. We might have some sharp swings up and down, but guess what? We're going to be trading those in the group. So stay tuned.
Volatility money you can make. That's very, very good. Yeah, everybody's doing 40K BTC. So like the more and more I hear that, the more and more I doubt it, just because everybody's saying it. So it makes it kind of like hard to run with that. But I was just sitting there just playing with this with our last bear flag, I guess I can call it. It's like very crappy bear flag, but that's what it looks like in this pattern right here. When I was sitting there looking at it, I just sit there and I copied it, and I copy all this right here. And I'm just going to move it over from this last down spurt, which is kind of interesting how this all comes together sometimes. And I just put it right there, and say we go sideways like this, kind of like until we hit this trend line. We don't really go down or up. Say I'm just completely wrong on the whole going up or going down next. It just goes sideways. There's also that as well too, where we just go sideways, and it makes it even more horrible because it makes it hard to trade for longs or shorts. It's just scalping then. And
you guys see how his brain works? I mean, look at these patterns, right? Like you couldn't make this up. That would be the ultimate pain for everybody, right? Is that it whipsaws up and down out of that bear flag, up above the bear flag, and people just get stopped out and just like, you know, slowly bled out of the market because they're just getting chopped out. And then boom, we take a downturn, and everybody's just thinking it's bottoming out, and we flush everyone out one last time. That is also a possible scenario. We must be ready for all scenarios.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, when I look at the time on this right here, it's like all of this, like over here is like up to April, and right here is like all the way in April going into May. And when they say sell in May and go away, boom, right there. And but that also gives you right that, like, that move right there gives you down to 40K, and that just I'm seeing that more and more. It's like getting like too known now to where it's like, all right, is everybody expecting this to where is something going to be different this time? Is this maybe the, like, it's, I don't like throwing out numbers there. That's the one thing. I don't like throwing out numbers because everybody's always wrong on the numbers. I like throwing out, all right, watch for this signal. Like I'm looking for a weekly signal of the Stosh RSI starting to point up, get a crossover. I want to see the 2 week and when the monthly all cross up and over. And then whatever that number lands on, that's the winner right there. Instead of sitting there, that's how I like to think. Like, all right, this is still pointing down. We're not pointing up. We're not bullishly crossing over on it yet. Let's look at the monthly now. And that's why I never really like looking at numbers. Like, all right, this is now just going sideways a little bit. We're not crossed over yet, but we're down pretty low. This can go sideways for a little while longer. And that whenever it goes sideways like that, you have more pull down. So we gotta wait for a bullish crossover in the monthly time frame. But once we get that bullish crossover, like right over in here, boom, that's the number right here. I don't even look to the right. I'm like, all right. So I like putting my lines on it. I'm like, all right, so that's the number you want to be looking at right there. So when you get that bullish cross, one of these two right here, there you go. There's your number. And that happens every single time as well, too. That has like almost the monthly Stosh RSI crossing over right there. Almost has 100%. I think it has 100. I'll double check. I think it is 100% win rate. But actually, let's do a double check on the line right here. I mean, I don't. It's not that many. We haven't had 100 cycles in Bitcoin
We
yet.
don't have much history to go off of, but I think
it's really easy
for sure.
So yeah, start crossing up and going up over there. Start crossing up and going up over here. Basically, that does have a 100% win rate whenever that goes sideways for a little bit and then crosses up. So there you go. I mean, I think it's a lot easier than saying what number is it going to. Why not just say, all right, when this crosses over, boom, whatever number that's Bitcoin's at that time, there's bottom. Like that, I think it's easier doing that one, and you're going to be safer most of the time. Because the one thing I've learned in the market, the price action can always go down further, and it can always go up further. These signals here only come around so much often, and whatever the price is at the time, there you go. One time it happened at 3,700. One time it happened at about 16,000. One time it happened at what price is that? $219. If you bought there, you would be very, very well off in Bitcoin. That's 4 buys.
And that's also like a macro investing thing that works too, right? But like we can also use that as a gauge to sort of like get an idea for when we could see things start to turn up in a bigger way. There's just lots of different confluence that we look for in the charts and on the show to get an idea. And all of the data, suggests that we might have some time before we get to that point, right? So yeah, I agree with you, Rob, that there's a lot of 40K out there. There's a lot of like very low numbers and now 30K. And that's sort of the sentiment that I saw around 17K, right? Bitcoin. Maybe a little bit higher than that. And so maybe we go a little bit lower. Everybody starts screaming, we're going lower. And then we just never do. That's also a possibility, right? So
yeah, why not just 50K? I mean, we could just go into like my idea is accumulation. Like I think the most painful in the market's accumulation because it's slow and sideways. Right. I think it's more painful than down. I think for whatever reason, like I've been reading about like mental mindset on trading, I think new stuff on it. People never take profits whenever it's going up because they always want that extra more. But whenever it's going down, they never close trades or take their loss because they're like, it's like whatever, it's already down. It'll rebound it sometimes. So they get that hope, like it will come back at some point, and they never close trade or they just let it run to zero. So it's just one of those things where why not just use the signals telling you the difference? Because again, this can always go lower or this can always go higher. It's just you wait for your signals to confirm, and that's your answer. That's whenever you go, and now you have a reason why, not just saying I think.
Right. And I like that. The facts are in the charts. It's just how do we interpret them and what do we do? And I think you're right. Like so many people would just give up because they would just think like, what's going on? Like, why can't I get my answers? I like emotions, guys. Emotions get the best. And so that's why it's good to come up with a plan and just learn a new skill in the meantime. Like learn something that's going to help you make money in any market conditions. And that is the Hive. So guys, on that note, I think we're going to leave you with that. Altcoins had been holding up more or less okay during this time. I know XRP showed some resilience. So we're going to have a whole altcoin episode on Wednesday where we show you the mother of all charts, right? Like the chart that would be like the biggest opportunity ever, right? And so, right, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, this chart here I'm really excited about. This altcoin chart, it's an altcoin dominance chart, and if it plays out, it's like altcoins we actually might get altcoin like a potential life-changing scenario money-wise. What altcoins are going to be, we don't know yet, but the potential that this chart is showing me is just completely crazy and awesome. And like I said, it'd be like life-changing money, be like back in 2017 gains, in my opinion.
Woo-hoo. So those of you who love to invest in altcoins or hold altcoins or want to know, you've got to tune in on Wednesday. We will not be tuning in tomorrow. Wednesday at 3:30. You better be there because nobody's talking about this chart, and we want you guys to get the information. The group will get it before then. So yeah, guys, like, life-changing gains, they're coming, and if you're ready for it, then you'll be able to embrace it. And if you're not, you might miss it. And that's the whole thing, that you're in the right place, the right time if you're tuning into the show. I like that, Jeannie. It's a masterclass every day. That's right. Every single day is like a little new nugget of wisdom and knowledge, right? So you guys got to tune in the group. Obviously, Rob is, helping us when to flip long, when to flip short, when to close, when to open, right? Like during these difficult conditions, we've been navigating it pretty well as a group. And we have a pretty awesome guide here, a pretty awesome lead analyst, right? So you guys got to get in. I want to see you in there. If you have any questions, you'll be sent to our verification group in that link below. Just write us in the group or DM Rob or myself, who are also in the group, and we'll get you in. We'll get you in. We'll get you your $100 bonus. And let's get rocking and rolling, guys. There's no time to waste. Okay, so on that note, Rob, anything more?
Nope, just be patient. Make this pattern on your Telegram, or not Telegram, sorry, on your trading view.
Which, by the way, sorry to cut you off, there is a link for Trading View below. The Valentine's Day special is over, and that was a huge one. I hope you guys got in, but if you didn't, it's $15 toward your plan and help support the channel. So we do have a link now for that as well. But yes, go back to you.
Yep, and then just right click on the trend lines, hit Add Alert. Right click on the bottom trend line, hit Add Alert, and then whenever those alerts go off, you know to go to computer and look at it. Like, really, it's that simple. You have 2 trend lines there. One of them, 2 are going to go off. I guarantee it. When do they go off? I don't know, but we're going to sit there and say approximately in about, usually these patterns like to break about 75% full, so probably pretty soon. So just be ready on it, because things are probably going to get squeezed at some point here. We're getting squeezed in the apex of this pattern, so have your alerts set. What was that, 4-hour time frame? Let's see what the this looks like. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting squeezed at some point here, up or down. We don't know, but if you have your alerts set, then you'll know what way, and you can react and you can just react to it.
Yeah, instead of just trying to predict. So guys, get in a group. That's all I have to say. You can get it in real time. All the setups, we'll be posting altcoins based on what Bitcoin's going to do here too. And just, yeah, we're ready for either scenario. We're going to crush it together in the hive, guys. Amazing week, starting this Monday off strong. Let's go crush it now. This is the week where it all changes for anybody who's just getting started. And let's continue to rock it. Okay. So we will see you guys back here Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. EST. And until then, have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.